it cracking? Is that too loud? I'm testing out some new mic settings on, let's get the date, Wednesday, August 12th. Because I've been getting quite some feedback from sound and other audio stuff and suggestions, and I've been working on it. So, now you know the stream's starting. Actually, I'm starting something different, so let's do the cool transition real quick, see how that works. I didn't do it that time. You're supposed to see this. That's what you were supposed to see. So anyways, welcome everybody. How we doing? I'm gonna fucking tell you how we're doing. A lot of potty language gonna happen with this one. I'm DJ Jekyll 65. We're gonna talk about the new Grand Theft Auto Online DLC yacht missions in particular. I will have a couple other videos about the arcade. There's some other new stuff. There's some also new features to help combat you on griefers. That'll be in a different video, so please subscribe, like this when you got any enjoyment out of it, because you're gonna want to watch those, because I know people don't like griefers. Me, I go after griefers, but when I started out, I didn't like the griefers either. So we're gonna combat those griefers at a later date. There are some tips. I haven't seen anybody do a video on it yet, so stick around me. So, yacht missions, yeah. So, got a lot of complaints. I'm going to be using the word so a lot. You guys like the word so? Yeah. This is more therapeutic for me. Hopefully it helps you guys out. And the aggravation I went through, you guys won't. So maybe I'll have to like get closer to the screen and stuff like that, because this is freaking aggravating. I didn't have any Mountain Dew until now. No commercial or anything Mountain Dew. Hope you don't mind, but where I live it's really dry, so I get thirsty. Trying to collect myself here. So we got these missions. The first one, I didn't get a chance to record it because the game started. So let's start with that. Why is Rockstar so rushed to start a game? I open the lobby. I try to invite people. I have like 30 seconds to get people in the game. Then I can extend it to like a minute and 20 seconds. A lot of times it won't even let me extend it past 47 seconds. You may see some of that. I gotta remember, sorry about that, to record some of that. So why do they force you to start a game so fast? I had people get in the game. Hopefully you may see in one of the videos. Pink jumped in. I was like, great. And then someone else jumped in, but then they left. I had to jump back in. It took them a while. And sometimes the other friend of mine, Guns, he got in. So they rush the game so fast. People try to jump in, and sometimes they can't, and they leave or get left or lag out, whatever you want to call it. Because Rockstar immediately says, oh, you know, they left the party. No, you booted them. And then, since my friend Guns, he made it in the game, now the game is starting. And that's cool, you know, we do what we can, but I finally had a chance to have like 4 people in the game a couple times with this DLC. They came out and I was like, well, I want to take advantage of that. And because of the servers and the lag, and their connectivity issue that they have, I can't even contact them, you know, which normally they'll just probably try to blame me, but I'm like, I've been gaming for a long time. We got multiple consoles going. Never, even like with Call of Duty, we never really had like the issues, or Halo. Halo was so sweet. Yeah. So what is going on? Like, why do they keep coming out with this stuff? I know you guys want to review about the missions, but like, there's so much not even being talked about. People are like, oh, it's great, it'll be fun. You can have your friends go in. You know, there's the money's not that great, but it's double week. You know, so you really should get the yacht. No, I got the yacht for fun, and that's the thing. You guys need to play. I hate to be so direct and blunt, but you play for fun. It's not a waste of money, because you're not spending money on it unless you're doing the shark. You shouldn't be spending money, but you earn the money, and it's fake money because you're buying a fake yacht. This is pretend. So The only thing it's wasting is your time. So if you get any wastement out of playing the game, then don't play the game. You know, because if you're wasting your time on it and you're not getting enjoyment, doing the grinding, buying the shard cars, working your butt off, buying the stupid stuff, it's not going to be fun. Rockstar really needs to make this game more fun. I find ways to get creative and have fun, but you know, with these missions, it was very difficult to get people in. Also, Rockstar has audio issues, so it's hard for everyone to be in the game chat. A lot of times I'm in a game chat, and the people I don't want to talk to, like people that aren't friends, I don't know who they are, they can hear me, I can hear them, but everyone on my friends list I can't hear. You change the settings, you go back and forth, you play, you know, it's, they got to work on that. Also, during the missions, I lose players. Then they can't get back in. You lose a player. Now I can't continue the mission, and then the other worst thing happens after that is that we all get booted, and 9 times out of 10 we all go in different lobbies. Today, one time me and Skinny stayed in the same lobby. That's great, but there was a business battle going on, and pretty soon we were going to get, you know, attacked or griefed, or the game just plays. You know, things happen. So we're already low on ammo, low on armor and snacks and all that from the missions we've been doing. You know, I know like some of the missions in the game are a lot easier and you don't go through ammo, great, but since none of us have done these missions before, we're going to be going through a little bit more ammo and supplies than normal, so we're disorientated. It puts us somewhere. We don't have our vehicles. We have to order them. You know, so that takes away from me wanting to go back and start another mission. The first mission was easy. You have to go after some sea-doos. I wish I had video. I'm going to try once I go back and play it. I'm going to do that. That's the other complaint I have. Every other mission that they've added, you can pick mission 1, mission 2, mission 3, mission 4, mission 5, mission 6. You can pick whichever one you want. Yeah, this is going to be one hell of a long video. I am fucking sorry. But if you guys can put up with that and watch it, you are going to save hours and hours, because the DLC came out on a Tuesday. I spent, you know, sometime Thursday, Friday, and Saturday getting things ready to, you know, contact my friends, find out who was going to be on, who wasn't going to be on, get stuff organized, you know, have food, have, you know, all that. Saturday, I played, got done with all my sales so that when Tuesday came, I wouldn't have to worry about getting raided. Sunday I messed around, got more people, checked my streaming stuff, checked my audio, you know, in fact, where is it? Got my other controller, see, got another controller, this was actually for this my original one. Yeah, anyways, got a new little mic that I'm going to use, you know, little mic there, just to get the audio the way I want it, and like I said, I got some good suggestions. As you know, I got the light on. I was going to grab something else. What was I going to grab? Can you guys tell me? No? Oh, yes. My other controller. This is the controller I use. If you guys like, I have questions about it. This one's cool. It's a lot lighter. It's a Microsoft controller, but it's a lot lighter than all the standard ones. So, that's 4 days I spent. Saturday I spent a lot of time getting all kinds of stuff like that ready. You know, like I said, the sound, make sure the internet's good, make sure the IPS address is good. The reason why I bring that up is because sometimes when I leave GTA, I don't get logged out. My Xbox is turned off, TV's turned off, everything's off, but I'm still logged into the game. So when I try to go back in, it says you are currently in a session. I'm like, no, I'm not. Or it says, hey, please sign in if you want to play, you know, or sign out, sign back in. And I'm like, why are you, you know, doing this? So I have little geek strategies that I do to get that all worked out. Then Sunday, I help my friends. I even streamed a little bit, help my friends get their sales, get their stuff done, so that when Tuesday comes, we don't get raided. Then Monday comes. I'll tell you guys, my friend Hefty Bear made me go on a road trip. We went on a road trip, had a good time. Cool. So now we're going to get to Tuesday. So we do the first mission. Great. It's DJ Jekyll, myself, Hefty Bear, Pink, and Guns. we're all going to play. For whatever reason, we get ready the game going. Hefty gets in right away, no problem. Cool, that's cool. He's my main guy. All right. So, as we're started, boom, there's the countdown. 47 seconds. Game's going to start. I'm inviting everyone's, like I said, 4 days. We're all waiting and able and ready to go. We had chicken, we have food, we got our drinks, we got our snacks. We're good. And Hefty's in the game. Countdown starts. Pink comes in, boom, leaves. Pink comes in, boom, leaves. Pink comes in, moves, leaves. Guns couldn't get in. So now the mission started. Alright, let's fucking do this. Because I'm thinking, a lot of the other missions, I haven't done every mission, so bear with me, but I've done a lot of the, I did a couple of open racing ones. I've done the car, the regular criminal records, I believe it is. Deadline, Gerard missions, so I've done some, and some are a little difficult, but for the most part, you can do it, you could do it by yourself or do it with somebody, especially if I got one other person. Great, so I'm not worried. It starts off, spoiler alert, that the ID and the registration and license for the yacht to be in international water without having to abide by local laws, because you're not part of the country, actually, far enough away. That's kind of cool. I think that's flawed. I don't think just a couple of Joes are going to take a couple of Sea-Doos, get on the ship, take these licenses that should not be on the ship, because ships can sink and those are a lot of documents that you need. So those ships are usually kept in some embassy. So someone needs to do their fucking research. And then they're going to leave by taking my Sea-Doos. I'm like, well, they shouldn't. Well, why are they taking my Sea-Doos if they had their own? They don't know the conditions mine are in. You would think they're in great condition, but you really don't know. What if they are in great condition and they don't have gas? So I don't see this happening. But anyways, these crooks take your Sea-Doos. So now you got to go blow up the Sea-Doos to get the insurance money. And that was cool. So when we were able to do that, the helicopter on the yacht, they want you to use the stuff on the yacht. The helicopter on the yacht has no weapons. You guys know that. And so I was able to order my oppressor. Sweet. I thought that was a plus. I can use my oppressor, which they removed. After Tuesday, I have yet to be able to order anything. I think that's kind of fucked up. So they allowed it, and I guess they changed it. So now I know they're going to be changing stuff on the fly. So if you guys see anything in the video that I do or say I can do or whatever, and you couldn't do it, please talk to me why you couldn't do it. Leave some comments down below. Also remember, Rockstar changes shit on the fly, and I may not know that it changes, so I want to know what you say before you say, hey, you did this and this is wrong or this is a lie. Let me know that. Tell me. Try to be nice about it. But let me know so that I can go back and play again, because sometimes things change. And now that we have video on YouTube, we can keep track of these changes a lot easier, and I want to help you guys out with that. So we blow the stuff up, get the paperwork back, get the insurance, great, and I get like 40,000. I was like, sweet, because I made it on hard. Come to find out, it's only double money. So all that work next time is gonna be like 15, 16 grand. Not really worth it, because it was easy, but it wasn't a lot of fun. The next one was even worse. They're like getting worse and worse. This time somebody captures the captain and the bartender. I want to know, how the fuck does that happen? When the yachts came out, there was no anti weapons on it, and anti-air weapons. And then the griefers fucked that all up, so they added shit. Okay, cool. So there are weapons on that yacht to keep people away. They got this new business battle going on with the Navy ship, and in the air you can't get near it. And I know from the Navy, if they wanted to, they could keep the ships and boats and Sea-Doos, all that stuff out. So with all the radar and all the sonar and all the satellite and all the frequencies and ham radio and all the other frequencies they use for like sound and radio waves and satellites, I don't know what else I could mention. They should know when a ship is coming their direction. The Coast Guard should know. So when you're in because they're supposed to be in international waters. We're too close to land. The Coast Guard should be aware of this stuff and be able to get there. Also, the Coast Guard can, get in contact with the Air Force and send. So I don't see how the captain is going to get kidnapped, especially since I'm the only one that's allowed on the bridge. Everything else is like a vault. You can't get in or out. The glass is not only, bulletproof, but it's also like hurricane proof. So it would take like a really good shot by an RPG to break that. And then if they did, they would kill the captain. So I don't see how that, that's not real believable. So anyways, you got to deal with that. Okay. And I know you guys want video of it. I set it to record, but for some reason the stream didn't get streamed. I mean, it was on and then I don't know. My bad. That's why I want to be able to go back. That's how I found out I can't go back and start to the beginning. So I'm assuming when I get this all done, I'll be able to go back to the beginning, because that'd be kind of shitty if you can only do this one time. All for a captain's outfit. Not real pleased about that. So now we get on with the mission, and we have to fly over to get there. For whatever reason, right now, I can only fit a total of 3 people in the helicopter. The 4th person will not get either in the back seat or in the front seat. There's always one empty seat, and that person can't get in there. If they try to get in, and they keep trying, they end up throwing me out of the helicopter. So I don't know what the fuck is up with that. That's kind of bullshit. So now that we get there, if you get too close, they shoot the bartender and the captain, and you fail the mission. Okay. But when I get there, before I see the red dots, and before I can make eyesight, whether I zoom in or not, I can't see them. They're already shooting us with almost sometimes deadly accuracy, because they killed my friends and got me once. Most of the time, I get shot like once or twice, and I lose like all my armor and most of my health. And I'm like, where am I being shot from? There's nothing on the radar. I can't see, and their weapons are twice the range of what I have, and I have all the MK2 weapons. So I'm like, well, that's fucked up. They made that part a little too hard. So we all died, but we made it to the next stage. So we had to, again, it put us to where we just had to fly over there and start shooting. So what I did is, there's a little island. I think it'd be east. I don't remember the map that well. I only played it once. But there's a little island. I parked there. I got my explosive sniper rifle out, the 50 cal, and I just killed the 3 main bosses. I don't know what you want to call it, but the 3 main bosses you have to kill are the ones that, if you get too close, they shoot the hostages. So I had to kill them first, and then me and my friends, or team, whatever you want to call it, picked off everybody else from the center of the top of that island all the way down. And that took us a good long while. Then, once you do rescue them, you have to walk them to the sailboat. And for whatever reason, the bartender did not want to walk down. I understand somebody will say, well, you can only walk one person. Well, I should be able to walk 2, but I walked the captain, Pink walked the bartender. We even tried to switch off. The bartender wouldn't follow me either. The captain would. And, yeah. So then we go to the sailboat, and it should be able to fit, at least 6 to 12 people. Again, it only fits 2. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? There's no other boats, no helicopters, no other vehicles, nothing. So I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So you can only have one real player and then the NPC. Oh my, alright. So I went and I was able to order my Akula. So I ordered my Akula, had to park it or land it near the captain, walk over, get to land in the captain to come over. I have to tell you all this, 'cause I don't have a video. And once I got the captain in, we flew over to the yacht, to the yellow spot. I'm like, yay. I get out. Captain just stays there. Okay, I forced him out of the Akula. Around that point, Pink brought the sailboat to the aft end of the ship, to the yellow, and nothing happened. We're like, what's going on? The bartender wouldn't get off the ship, off the sailboat. So Pink was able to nudge the bartender into the water, and then the bartender would follow onto the aft of the ship, but only would stay back where the water, when it's low tide, or no, actually it's high tide. When it's high tide, people think this is a glitch, but a lot of ships do this, and then there's a lot of reasons for it. I won't get into it, but the aft end of the ship will go below the water so that if you need to, if you have like a little sea-doo or a raft or something, you can go right on and it'll catch you without having to climb the ladder. And that's important because sometimes, you may think you're an awesome swimmer, but you might have been out in the ocean too long and there's nowhere to grab. So if you get tired or you cramp, you're going to sink. So with a ship being able to go, down into the water, it gives you a chance that you can just lop yourself under. Anyways, yeah. So she's trying to get the bartender there. At this point, where am I at? On the starboard side, the captain was just stuck there. I had to keep running into him for like 15, 20 minutes. Why I really wish, it said it was recording. I don't know what happened. So I'm going to complain about that. I had to keep pushing the captain all the way almost to the back. Once I got to the part where if you do the piracy, there's that little opening right before the bridge. Once I got close to there, and then Pink was able to get her on the second set of stairs, then the game continued. And I'm like, well, that fucking totally sucked. So I don't know how I'm going to do this next part. Ugh. So that's where we are so far. Wow, already 20 minutes into this blargy. So this is where ideally the review should have started. If you want to do these missions, you gotta own a yacht. I'm very confident that later on they're gonna do like the rest of the missions and you just go to jobs and pick it, because this is ridiculous. But you gotta have a yacht, and then you have to go to the yacht. So the other part is, say I'm in a public game. Alright, cool. Now, I tried to get people right into the game, and that doesn't always work. What I find works more time than not is you gotta get a game, then you gotta make the lobby, clear everybody out of it, get your friends in, then start these missions, because then you have about a 99% chance, but with the new DLC and new stuff coming in, there's always other hiccups. So you have a 95% chance that your friends are all gonna be able to get in. So now I gotta get everybody into the game, and this is where I was talking about before. Some of them get stuck in the cloud. What is Rockstar's issue with the servers? How do you expect people to buy the shark cards and play your game or grind it or any of that if they're stuck? They're gonna get tired. So once I have everybody in, I like to hire them because I want to ensure that they get that automatic invite. Just little quirks that I have, little geek stuff. So that's where you go to move the ships, to relocate, if you want to port somewhere else. You go here, and it's supposed to tell you on the top, right on the D-pad, but Rockstar sucks, so it doesn't. So then you start it by right on the D-pad. See, then it comes up here, there's no timer, so you're like, alright, cool, but I found out right before I started this video that there is a timer. If you stay in this screen too long, the game is going to start, because I had to go, use the restroom, so then all of a sudden it starts. So I keep using that word "so" a lot. Do you guys use that word? Did I ask you that? I don't remember. Maybe I did. So I try to get everybody in, and I have about a minute before it starts. So good old Skinny got in, but if he doesn't stay in, or I don't want to say that. If these others don't get in within the time limit, the game's gonna start, and then they can't get in. And then if I quit, I'll get penalized from Rockstar. Like, oh, you quit too many games, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, assholes. See, as I mentioned before, I can't fit everybody in the helicopter, so Pink has to stay back and wait for another helicopter to spawn. Which, that's the one cool thing about owning a yacht. It doesn't matter if it's before this mission came out or DLC, but you could destroy these helicopters, and within like a minute, not very long, another helicopter will appear. So that's kind of cool about the yacht. I still like the yacht. I just, as of right now, I don't see me doing these missions again. The only reason why I got to go back and do the first couple is because I don't have a good, I don't have a recording of it. So at this point, from what my teammates and friends are telling me, that they are unable to order, their helicopter or oppressor or any vehicle for that matter, whatever they want to use, because you're going into a hot territory. I should be able to set up and do this, because like there is no reason, if this is planned and we know ahead of time that this is going on and we're all in illegal shit, and we have guns, we should be able to have the vehicles we want to use, so we can go in and shoot and attack how we want to. The other complaint I got, because this is the first time I've done this mission, everyone was asking, where'd we go? What are we supposed to do? And nobody knew. It says, steal the Tula. Some people weren't able to see it. And a lot of people don't even know what the Tula was. And that's going to come important later for me. I wish I'd known more about the Tula, but I just didn't remember. Because this plane, the reason why I didn't get this plane was because the Avenger does everything this plane can do, and I just simply forgot. That's the thing too, like the game, there's a lot to it, so you can't expect people to be able to remember this all the time. But they didn't really explain. I gotta watch again and again, but really didn't see the explanation on what it is exactly we're doing. But they will explain here momentarily that we have to put water in these suckers. And in my other video, they made these planes so freaking slow that nobody could get off the ground, or it was super hard to get off the ground, so they added this thrusters to it to allow it. If you have to add thrusters in, that says a lot. That's a lot of bad shit that it says. Also, by adding the thrusters to it, the Bambuska, now the back doors don't work. So you have a choice between being able to take off or not take off and be able to put vehicle in the back of it. But this plane doesn't have the ability, so I guess you can use the thrusters. And that's the thing, like nobody knew. I didn't know yesterday when I was dealing with this. This video happened the same day that I'm talking to you right now, just not that long ago. So that's kind of cool, huh? But I didn't remember what the Tula were, and I didn't remember that it goes vertical. So they should have probably put that in the corner, but like, this aircraft is able to go vertical by pressing right on the D-pad. They didn't really mention it. I think there's a spot where it says like Tula something D-pad, but with all the shooting going on and stuff, I didn't get a chance to read it, so I have to go back and watch the video. But I shouldn't have to watch my own. I shouldn't have to make a video of myself of what I'm doing. Go back to figure out. See how it says toggle VTOL? I'm like, well, I thought that was the thrusters, because before it said left on the thumbstick would trigger the VTOLR thruster mode. I'm like, well, what? So that wasn't clear. I messed. This is my fault. I should have had sound for the game. I overlooked a setting. I have to change it often to make the sound work. But if you do it, you'll know then. Take my word for it. But when you drop the water, instead of it making this whoosh and sound, let me do that again. Whoosh and sound. It sounds like a bunch of cluster bombs going off, and it even shakes. I'm like, this is water. It shouldn't sound like explosives and cluster bombs going off. You should hear the sound of like steam, things sizzling, because as the water hits the fire, those little water droplets are going to be they're going to boil real quick. So you should hear some water boiling or sizzling or water burning. I don't know how to explain the sound of that, so I do apologize for not having the sound of the game. So I'm going to skip ahead, just so you guys know, because we failed this first part, but we get it later. So when you die or fail the mission, you can restart. And sometimes the people I'm with, or even me, this happens a lot during the casino heist, that instead of going back to the checkpoint, we all go to separate lobbies. So Rockstar needs to fix that. But at least this time, the airplanes are closer and you're able to continue. So they did kind of put the checkpoints, I guess, in a better spot. So that's kind of cool. So this is like the third or fourth try in getting this accomplished. I chose to go vertical, but Skinny decided to, continue flying. And you can do either way if you're good at doing bombing runs. I can, but with the time limit, coming back around to get the right shot, I'm not that great at that part. But doing this was a lot easier. And see, look at, like, hardly any water comes out, so these bombing runs, for lack of a better word, are difficult to do. So I have to look how close I have to get just to ensure I'm nailing it. I don't see the fun in that. And the other crappy part is, now, for some reason, the captain wants me to take this back to the ship so we could, like, keep it or sell it. Just keep it. Like, where am I going to put this on the yacht? How are we going to keep it? Where are we going to store it? How are we going to tow it back to land? I'm like, that's just... I don't believe a lot of thinking when involved in these missions. I'm like, why do I got to bring the vehicle back? Which, eventually I may do a video about the MCs. I don't like that either. No, not the MC. The special air freight cargo. You have to bring back the aircraft, and that's retarded. I don't know how else to put it. That's just stupid. But that's another topic. So that's what I have so far. Let me know what you guys think. Your comments. Any comments you guys want to make. How to make it better or how to do the missions easier. But as of right now, I don't see the point in doing this for a measly 15 grand. And somebody mentioned too at this point in time too that, oh, you can move your ship, your yacht, for 10K. Well, no, that's still, as of right now for me, it's still 25K to relocate if I want to relocate it. So, that's kind of ridiculous. You spend all that, I got this ship on sale, so I only paid $6 million, but typically you pay $10 million plus the upgrade, so you pay like $12 million. So you shouldn't have to pay to take it over. But see how on the aft of the ship, the water is going back there? That's what I was talking about. That's not a glitch in the game. That's, see, like right there, boom. See how that goes? That's just how the ships are designed, and they're supposed to do that. Yeah. And this is the part, as I mentioned before, that we go back to different lobbies. In this particular one, no, I'm not going to show you. I believe Skinny stayed with me, but that's the end of that. So that's what I have so far. Let me know what you guys think about the mission. If they spend all that time, what, a year? How long did they spend this DLC? This is the best they could come up with. And also, the more stuff they keep adding, the more they're just going to bog down their servers, because typically Pink and Guns and I don't have a problem getting the game. I sometimes have an issue with Hefty Bear, but that's gotten better. But once this DLC came in, we're all been having issues. I've been having to reset my routers, the surfboard, get a new IPS address, a few other little tweaks I have to do. I'm like, I shouldn't have to bridge my gateway just to make sure I have the network settings that I want, to force it. But then Rockstar's like, oh, we can't find your session. You are no longer in your session. I'm like, it's my session. How am I no longer in my own session? What do you mean? And they're like, oh, well, please sign back in if you want to continue GTA Online. I'm like, I never signed out in the first place. Oh, since you guys are here for that part, you made it this part. If by some chance you keep getting logged out of Xbox, especially when you're playing GTA or GTA says you're logged out, what you can do is you don't delete the games on your Xbox. You delete your gamer card profile. You sign out, you delete it. You don't delete any of the other settings, any of the games. You re-download your gamer card, gamer name, your name, your email, your password. Re-download your profile. You just delete the profile. You re-download that, and 9 times out of 10 that should fix your problem. You won't get signed out, or you won't get signed out as much. Hardly. It's a really big difference. I did that with Hefty Bear, and we've been having great success. So I think that's it. If there's any more, I'm gonna add to it, and you'll be like, oh, we're back with more, or I'll just say goodbye now. But thank you guys again so much. Hopefully all the pain and suffering I endure, you guys watched it. I appreciate it. Now hopefully you got some enjoyment out of it, learned something, got something from it, so now you don't have to go through the same fucking BS I did. So I'm suffering for you guys. Little tear. Anyways, see you guys next time. It's been a great time. I try to stream on Tuesdays. Twitch. Later.